Alright, good morning everyone and welcome back. So today we have another review, one of the few times we will be styling a pompadour out of a tube. So this is Boardwalk styling cream. We looked at Boardwalk pomade a few weeks ago, basically kind of another like matte paste type of pomade styled actually pretty impressively and stuff like that. It had a pretty typical like kind of other characteristics, but very useful, very practical in use. And so today we're going to look at this one, hoping that the styling cream is very much like a cream pomade, but if you can get it out of a tube, it must be smoother, it must be softer. If it doesn't harden and it's just very kind of balanced in like many ways, then this is going to be definitely useful and very convenient product. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just take a look at the tube. So this is it. I mean, comes in your standard tube that you would expect out of any like hair product. Basically, it's some sort of like semi-gloss, like black plastic, Boardwalk styling cream, medium hold, matte finish. This is 5 ounces, so it's more than you get in a jar. You have to consider that you do lose like the last fraction of an ounce when you kind of try to remove it, because this is a tube, it's not a jar. It's kind of hard to get that last few, but still you get more product. I highly doubt you're sacrificing 1 whole ounce at the end. Directions, ingredients on the back, lid on the front. Opening it up, you just have your normal like squeeze and dispense here. Alright, let's use it. The smell of this like product, so it's not cologne, but it pushes towards that with like a kind of, not freshness as in like kind of like fruits or like wilderness freshness, but like freshness in that like, I mean, artificial kind of deodorant-esque like freshness, like coolness in the feeling. Really like a overall like pleasant smell. It's actually not super like strong in any way. But anyways, what we really kind of pay attention to with this product is kind of differentiate it first between like it versus like Groom and Clean and like Bro Cream, because while those are unique and like classic products, they're not super practical for us. But like right out the bat, like you can feel it's definitely much thicker than those. Imagine it like so similar to like a lotion, but like one that is like much thicker than your average lotion, like not super watered down, but obviously super easy to apply right now. So what we notice is that like, I mean, it is rightfully in a tube, though it would be honestly pretty cool and like really pushing the point of this as a cream if it was in a jar, because you would definitely just see how smooth it is at the same time, because it's so kind of malleable. It might actually just flop around in the jar, as in what I mean is like if you put the jar on the side, you open it and like half the product is going to basically just fall out. So in a way, tube makes sense, but yeah, I mean, it's as close as we really get to some sort of like cream right now. You do feel it like getting a little bit grippy in like your hair, and I feel that right now, but it's very different from what we saw, for example, last week with the Grim Grease like cream pomade, where that one got like grippy. This grip is much kind of just like a dry pastiness rather than like a harsh stickiness. So we'll see how it transforms over time, but right now it's actually pretty cool and I like that. And so I feel that it's gonna be way different from like Groom and Clean and Bro Cream. This is actually gonna be something we can style with. Alright. So let's go ahead and comb everything back for now. As you can clearly see, combing it through is unbelievably easy. But let's go ahead and style it. And there we go. I mean, that was super easy, super quick. And I mean, I want to go ahead and make this clear that this is really impressive because I basically let my hair dry out completely, just like not even like I towel dried it and then I went out, basically ate breakfast and stuff like that, let it completely dry, which also causes it to sit down in a way, which tends to make things like pretty hard to get volume with if you let it dry like what I did for too long. But like, this is good. This is very impressive. It was still able to let me style. Definitely say this is 100% agree. This is a medium hold. Neutral matte finish, just like basically like a solid notch under neutral. So you will get like a matte finish to it, which I really appreciate out of something as smooth as this. Because typically when things get smooth like this, you get like definitely a little bit of shine, a little bit of luster to it. But very impressive they were able to keep to that. Slickness, or kind of the texture, is I guess is a better way to describe it. You definitely get some beautiful coarse texture. I mean, that dry pastiness doesn't get any crazier, and so it stays at that level that you feel after about a minute of it in your hair, and that lends really, really well to some coarse texture. So overall, like, I'm pretty damn impressed right now. This is definitely a super practical and very convenient product. Just the fact that how easy it is to apply, how easy it to style with, like, it's just very, very fucking convenient. This is pretty impressive. But again, control, obviously very easy to use. I mean, you guys saw how quickly I styled this, how effortless it was, especially given the disadvantages that I kind of unintentionally like put on it, given how I treated my hair this morning. And yeah, so go throughout the whole day now and we'll see how it basically endures or not endures and how it is restyling it. And they do say it doesn't harden, so if that's true, that's gonna be very good. So see you guys in another few hours. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap up this review. So, I mean, it gets messed up. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it basically will fall apart after about 2 or 3 hours. It has significant hold. It has, like, if you all you do is just sit around, then you'll be fine. But for the most part, for the average person, it probably will mess up during the day, because at the end it is a medium. It does provide a lot of texture. The dry pastiness is great for styling, but it's not the most resilient thing in the world. But restyling it is definitely possible. You can always finger comb it. It's not uncomfortable at all. It doesn't hurt to run your hands through. The product does kind of evaporate, or not, it doesn't puff out like a gel pomade, but it does evaporate, kind of get absorbed in, especially in like hotter weather, which is what we had today. Thankfully, we haven't had like some heat in a while, so basically while I was at the dog park, a good amount just kind of like got lightened up and kind of disappeared, which takes away from the volume and kind of makes the texture not as coarse anymore. It gets a little finer, it gets a little less dry and like kind of pasty. But it is still reworkable whether you're using fingers or a comb. You can get some general shape back. You can kind of keep it out of your head, out of your face at least. What else? Definitely doesn't harden. They were right. Nice, real nice. Comes out of the tube, but does not harden. In regards to the dryness, it does feel a bit on the dry side. It's not super uncomfortable or anything, but it is the dryness that you feel like in the morning kind of persists. And washing it out, you can wash it with just water super easy. So overall, to conclude this review, like, Boardwalk styling cream receives my seal of approval, no question, just because it's convenient. It's a new concept. Basically, well, not necessarily a new concept to us within like this market and this community, but in general, it's the first time we've really seen something that can come out too that provides significant hold that we can 100% style with and actually just kind of use standalone, which is probably the most impressive thing. Which means, like, if you were to take this out of it, like put this in a jar, it will basically be like the smoothest like jar pomade that we've ever like use, one of the smoothest ones, something comparable to literally what we would see, like smoother than like what we saw with like toppers back in the day, as in like just things that you would just use as a top coat to add shine. Like, this is how soft it is, this is how easy it is to work with. Yeah, it provides hold, not the best resilience or endurance, of course, because it is a texturizing medium hold, but something that you can literally use like on the daily. But yeah, so This has been a review for Boardwalk styling cream. We do offer a promo code, the Pomp, all caps, whenever you buy any of the Boardwalk products, so feel free to use that if you're interested to save a bit of money. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys again in the future, and peace out.